Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. SBI Ripple Asia launches Cambodia Vietnam remittance service using the RippleNet. SBI Ripple Asia and SBI LY Our Bank PLC have received necessary licensing from the Central Bank of Cambodia for money transfer using RippleNet. RippleNet will facilitate faster, cheaper, and more convenient money transfers between Cambodia and Vietnam. And as we've shown with Augustin Carstens from the Bank for International Settlements in an interview when they were stating, basically the question was asked of him, when do you see, central bank digital currencies being used? And he said they're already active in Cambodia. And to her surprise, she repeated Cambodia. And he's basically said, yes, Cambodia. So we already know they're there, and we've shown since 2019 all of the use cases and which ones and how they connect back to, in this specific example, Ripple. So this is very exciting to see, actually, Cambodia. And that was a very personal one to me. And it's exciting to see them grow. GameStop saga paves the way for a new decentralized financial order. The GameStop saga may indicate a paradigm shift in the financial system or even the creation of an entirely new one. So every significant transformation comes with a new tool set, one that is always surprising at the time and obvious in hindsight. BTC, climate change, and GameStop are all examples of ways in which mass adoption is pushing for dramatic, not evolutionary action. And we can also see these individual vectors are the same movement, highlighting the inefficient parts of the legacy system and the solutions driven by an aggregation of individuals with a collective belief. And this also, too, having a lot of attention right now on Dogecoin and with Elon. If you go back to an interview with Elon when he was discussing PayPal, and he was asked how he saw basically the future of financial system, etc. going. And he was mentioning also the flaws in the legacy system. But connecting the two, as these two seem to have a lot of attention in stocks and with Dogecoin, with digital assets, I wanted to pull up a couple articles. Dogecoin plummets 30% from highs following Elon Musk's SNL appearance. And the SNL appearance, he was asked if Dogecoin was a hustle, and he's like, yeah, it's a hustle. So basically, we already know this, and anyone who invests in that, it's taking a major risk to begin with. I'm not going to down Dogecoin because I think they even added Dogecoin to Flare, and Flare tends to make everything, that's willing to push a little bit, have some success connected to it as well. Could stick around. All depends on them. But having stated that, the Dogecoin plummeting when the first sentence of the asset says, this token was created as a joke, you might want to consider a better option. But here, connecting these two, here's what I see. A lot of people are going to get into Doge. It's going to tank as it did. And a lot of people are getting wrecked right now, which is going to continue to get the attention of the SEC so we can start getting clarity. Now we have a new coin. Basically, the dog of Dogecoin, skyrocketing currently as the number one position in volume. And again, these distractions are going to continue until SEC comes in and gives the regulatory clarity that we've been looking for quite a few years. And I think that the investors who are not paying attention and they're just diving on board and dumping tons of money, it's going to be very, sad for them. And this again will continue until there is clarity. Then many of those assets with no use case will disappear. All of that financial investment will then start merging over into the assets with utility, with use case, and as the WEF states, the green assets, because that will then be the focus of where we're headed. Also, do want to pull up a quick page on Litemint. Litemint is basically you can play, collect, trade, but it's the NFT marketplace on Stellar breeze through there and check it out. There's some pretty interesting things. And here you can see all the different bids. Best bid, it's an XLM. These are an XLM. And there's even price in USD. But it's very interesting, as NFTs are going to be very, very popular from here moving forward. Also, too, Cardano and Stellar are now tradable at the second largest German stock exchange. So Börse Stuttgart, the second largest German stock exchange, has launched Cardano's ADA and Stellar XLM exchange traded notes, ETNs, and bringing the total number of ETNs on the platform to 22. And the price of the assets will be tracked based on the euro. So a quick Börse Stuttgart director of trading, Jürgen Dietrich, notes that the increasing crypto interest played a role in the latest product, and interest in cryptocurrencies continues to grow and market momentum reigns strong. With the ETNs, investors can now participate in the price development of the two cryptocurrencies, Cardano and Stellar, through exchange-traded securities, said Dietrich. And also, too, this is very exciting to see moving forward. This fintech solution helps African refugees store and send money. A lot of places around the world, you have the underbanked and even the unbanked. And as refugees flee across land borders in Africa, carrying money is a challenge, both virtually and in person. So Leaf, a winner of Fast Company's 2021 World-Changing Ideas Awards, it uses the blockchain to help, even if they don't have a smartphone. So mobile money is a digital wallet technology that allows cash to be stored on standard non-smart cell phones. It's a hugely popular in the East Africa, but because plans and services vary from country to country, there can be problems with cash access while crossing borders. And these problems can be especially difficult to navigate for refugees who've been forced to flee their home nations and cross land borders by foot. So their accounts may not work in new countries under new networks and plans, but if they carry physical cash, they often become targets of scams and of robberies. Or the carrying of physical cash raises a lot of questions with authorities. So when they get to a border point, they are inherently vulnerable, says Tori Samples, co-founder and CTO of Leaf, which is the winner of the Developing World Technology category in Fast Company's 2021 World-Changing Ideas Awards. And this is very exciting for multiple points: the safety and the financial stability for those migrants, but also too because it runs entirely on Stellar. So I want to pull that up. Stellar Community Seed Fund finalists, Leaf Global FinTech, and Task.io. And let's just pull up Leaf really quickly. And based in East Africa, Leaf Global FinTech was built specifically for people with cross-border financial needs, whether they are refugees bringing their money to a new country or cross-border traders who typically get taken advantage of while carrying cash across borders. So unlike mobile money or other domestic wallets, Leaf truly supports its customers so that leaving their country does not mean losing access to their money. With the Leaf wallet, users can save their money in multiple currencies, enjoy free leaf-to-leaf wallet transfers, and pay for goods and services. So this is very good. And here again, you have Stellar being a disruptive technology that's again helping to change many, many lives as intended. And guys, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But again, as we continue to share, you will see that the time will soon come. And I think there have been so many influencers who have just continued to push, we're going to the moon for the past few years, past few weeks, past few months. They do it almost daily, and that is creating so much toxicity in the community. Again, it's still a little bit early. Yes, this is the bull run year. We will continue to climb, but I don't expect to see assets like XRP or XLM really start launching until Q4. And if we stay on track, it'll be pretty much in December where it'll start blowing minds and melting faces. As they say, stay calm. Don't get it too emotional. There are a lot of, influencers who are kind of pushing things, but look back to 2019 when they said it was going to be before that Christmas. And I said, no, not until 2021. Here we are, and we're still accurate as ever. And this year has already shown the bull run beginning. So again, we are pretty much anti-emotional. When you're investing, you should have no emotions. You should invest wisely. Never invest more than you could afford to lose or throw away. And it isn't that it will be a loss when you have done the research. And we share that constantly on this specific assets, showing their longevity, their long-term plan, and where they are heading, and their connections to everything financial around the world. Having said that, the reason you should never overinvest is so that you can afford to hold. Forget about that money and let it grow in your asset, in your investment, because that is how you're going to be rewarded, and that is how you're going to succeed with your investment and be able to exit strategy and have a life-changing ROI, return on investment, for your asset. And that is where it can be life-changing, paying off debt, living free, having a financial planner, financial advisor, getting those things set up so that you never ever lose your money and you never have to work again, except by choice, doing something you love. And as they say, if you're doing what you love, you're not really working. But again, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And as always, before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought. A positive thinker does not refuse to recognize the negative. He refuses to dwell on it. And I want to say thanks again to our VIP on Patreon, Surfmeister, and to each and every one of you. And I didn't mean to ramble on, but I wanted to say that and kind of vent a little bit there, because that is the major thing that I see happening to so many investors, getting overinvested, getting overexcited, and being disappointed because someone created such a toxic environment, making them believe that it was going to happen years ago, each and every week, stating over and over again, playing on people's emotions. When you invest, you should have no emotions. You should base upon the ability that you can afford to invest and the ability that you can afford to hold. This is a 4-year cycle. The crash in 2008, then we had crypto in 2009, which in its own regard became the first cycle, 2013, 2017, 2021, and again the following cycle to 2025. But I believe here is where it changes, as Chris Larson states in his regard and reflection to cryptocurrency now officially being in the cycle of the internet boom. At the time he stated last year, somewhere between 95 and 96, and I would say that last year 95, this year 96, because it would fall upon the cycle of next 4 years, lining up perfectly for 2025 at full market maturity. So the adventure is just beginning. The excitement is about to begin. Much love to each and every one of you, and we will catch you in the next one.